Let's go to this conversation now. The ability to be self-sufficient is important for survivors of intimate partner violence. The United Nations says economic vulnerability places women in difficult positions. So what kind of support goes into ensuring that women are self-sufficient, especially when they think of leaving their abusive situations? Isabe Loubser is the creative mind behind Beading the Odds. Thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Why Beading the Odds?
Yes, hi, thank you for the invite. Beading the Odds was born out of a need that I saw working with shelters, that shelters do a brilliant job in providing housing, safe space, therapy, food for women that flee abusive situations. But the one missing piece is the ability to earn an income. And really, if we're going to give women choices, whether to go back to a family or often the choices and going back to the abusive situation or even back to the streets. If we want women to take informed decisions, we have to somehow provide them with a way of earning an income. And that is what Beading the Odds is. It is an effort. We work with a variety of shelters, and we help them, the women specifically, with earning an income amidst very, very difficult situation, very disrupted lives.
And as you say, this goes a long way, especially towards determining whether a woman stays in an abusive relationship because they are being supported financially, or they actually seek shelter because they can be actually, independent of their abusers.
Yes, abuse thrives on secrecy. It helps women, or actually the abuser, to keep this away from the public space. But when women finally take the step to flee this situation, they need somewhere to go. They need something to do. And shelters mostly provide temporary shelter for women. So they have to find themselves, they have to grow their confidence. So Beading the Odds really focuses on their strengths. What can they do? And not only is it a way of earning an income for themselves, it was also a way to remember that I'm beautiful and that I'm creative and that I actually can do a lot of things. So you can see in the foreground here, I put some of the products that the women make. And Beading the Odds tries to stay away from trinkets and curios in the beading space, but really combining it with consumer products so that it can be sold as corporate gifts, or at least something that you can use in your house.
I'm glad you touch on those creative little creative things that you're making there with them, because I was going to ask you about that. I particularly like that duke there that you've got.
Of course you do. Look at yours.
So tell us more about these creations. I mean, I'm so intrigued by what I'm seeing next to you.
Okay, yeah, this is the challenge for anybody who engage with shelters. As I said, women's lives are very disrupted, and it's very difficult for them as individuals or even as a group to enter mainstream markets. So what Beading the Odds does is it does design, it does quality control, it does the sales and marketing on behalf of the women. So what you see here is a little dookie, and you can see that the head is made by the project, by Beading the Odds. So the design, the fabric is laser cut, so we do take a lot of effort to make it worthy of selling it into the public or the corporate market. So yeah.
And how does it all work? Because, I mean, someone like me, as you say, would be interested in a duke like that. And I'm sure the viewers are watching tonight. And, while we talk about how beautiful they are supporting a worthy cause of women who are trying to stand on their own 2 feet. So how does someone who's watching tonight get involved to ensure that we support them and also take their work forward?
Okay, yeah, just go onto our Facebook page, take our email address, send us the mail, and we'll get back to you. We deliver. And as I said, every product is unique and beautiful. We would love some buy-in from businesses for if you haven't done anything for Women's Month yet for your clients or your staff. Please give us a ring. Our Facebook page is Beading the Odds with a D. Hyphenated, and you'll find our contact details there. So please get in touch.
And, one of the things that you are doing through this project is to address a very important and critical aspect to gender-based violence is, really ensuring that as a society we deal with this problem and not make it one person's problem or the other. How important is a societal response when dealing with issues around gender-based violence?
Yeah. Similar to what we have said, I listened to your previous contribution where you said poverty is a societal problem. The same with abuse. It is not something that is easy to engage with. In fact, how do you go out amidst the secrecy surrounding abuse and engage with abuse? Victims of abuse, you have to go through an intermediary. This is hopefully a happy and creative and positive way of engaging with the problem. So societal response, I believe that there is collectively we can achieve much more than here, there, and everywhere. And I wish that we would see more collaboration amongst NGOs, government. The SADC office is supporting us in this project, so that's incredibly. The response incredibly encouraging for us to have that kind of support.
As we end off our conversation, I'd like you to briefly tell us about the stories, of some of the women that are behind some of these creations.
Yeah. Look, most of the women arrive at shelters literally at the point where they fear for their lives. So they arrive there with the clothes on their back, children in tow very often. And what we try to do also on this, on our products, is we have a little story there that we take from the verbatim, the words that we hear from the women. We have, for instance, one that says, "I am much more than what have been done to me." And this is a learning from a woman that has been in a support group for 2 years. It took her 2 years to come to that learning for herself. There's another one that I love, a 16-year-old girl that says, why is it that boys think the worst thing to be compared to is a girl? And really, discourse is challenged from everyday speaking, and often that hides in humor, that we create discourses that sits at the bottom of gender-based violence.
Thank you so much for your time, and good luck, of course, loving some of those creations. I'm sure the viewers are as well tonight. Thank you so much. That was Isabe Loubser, creative mind behind Beading the Odds. And now, if you thought Banyana had made us proud, 2 cycling hopefuls are about to set the record. Let's, of course, check in with what they say with Oli right now.